Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So here's another deck profile for you guys today. This time it's on Heroes. Now I haven't updated Heroes in quite a while, simply because, Heroes hasn't been doing much this format, but I decided to go back to it and rearrange it a bit, just to see if I can make it as competitive as possible, especially against the current format and how to deal with certain strategies. Because right now, like, the format's being dominated by Dinosaurs, Dogmatica, there's just like a huge variety of decks that are just doing so well this format. Noble Knights is another one, and yeah, figured I just just the deck to the point where it can definitely help against those. And yeah, let's just get started. So the main deck is 40 cards, of course, starting off with 3 copies of Elemental Hero Stratos. This is your main starter, of course. You always want to see this card in your opening hand, or just try to search it out. That way you can get your combo started, because as long as you have Stratos, you should be able to go full combo. Next, 2 Shadow Mist. This gives you instant access to your Mass Change, or if you can get another hero if you dump it. So there's just 2 different ways you can use Shadow Mist. Of course, you can only use one of her effects once per turn and only once that turn. So yeah, one or the other. 1 Solid Soldier, a secondary normal summon in case if I happen to have both Stratos and this, I just normal summon this, get Stratos out, and yeah, just go from there. Next, 1 Liquid Soldier. This, of course, is a good way to get some draw power, and the fact that it's a water target for your Elemental Hero Absolute Zero, that's also pretty good. So yeah, definitely a good way to get started, Next, 1 Elemental Hero Honest Neo. So this pretty much ends our Elemental Hero engine. Of course, I already know what this does. It's an Honest for your Elemental Heroes, or for your hero monsters in general. So good way to help you OTK. For the Vision Hero package, got to run 3 Ferris is another good starter. Just discard a hero to special, and then you can basically just go full combo with this too. You generally want to get into Increase, so that way Increase can get to instant access to your next card, Vion. Vion also gives you access to your Polymerization card just simply by banishing a hero from your grave, and it's also a Foolish Burial for heroes too, so Vision Hero Vion, definitely an essential piece to the strategy. Alright, now for the Destiny Hero package, I'm running 2 copies of Malicious. I wish this card was still at 3, but we gotta work with 2, so definitely try to make full use of this card as best as you can. You definitely need to value Malicious as much as possible, rather. So yeah, 1 Celestial for more draw power, 1 Dynatag, which goes really well with your Dystopia, and Plasma is still a great card. It's a one-sided skill drain. So yeah, Plasma is still really good this format, and it's not hard to protect whatsoever. So yeah, that's all you generally need to, that's all I can say about it. And of course, last but not least, 1 Adjusted Gold, which honestly it should get a reprint by next summer if Legendary Duelist Season 3 comes out by that point. I would definitely love to see this as a secret rare, hopefully. But yeah, Adjusted Gold, just a one of. You don't really need to run like a whole playset of this at all. Okay, now for the spells. Running 3 copies of E-Call, definitely gives you access to your Elemental Hero monsters, and this includes Honest Neos too, so yeah, this basically searches that out too. 1 Rhoda, get any level 4 or lower warrior monster. A Hero Lives, still at 1, but still a great card to run. If you have no monsters, pay half your life points, especially summon an Elemental Hero directly from the deck. 3 Fusion Destiny, I'm not sure about 3 though. I'm thinking of cutting this to 2. But it's still good to see it just because, it gives you instant access to your Dystopia. And most of the times, you only resolve 1 anyway. But yeah, like, I'm still being iffy about this one since, you only have 1 target anyway. 3 Mass Change, still running the Masked Heroes. I'm running quite a few 1-ofs, actually. 1 Polymerization, it's searchable. Miracle Fusion, searchable. Dark Calling, Dust to Gold literally searches this card. And for the non-searchable cards, running 1 Raigeki, and 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. Nobody ever expects these, so it's a good way to throw people off. Raigeki is just bad against the Dragoon, but not many decks are utilizing it. Like, only certain strategies can really make full use of it, but it's still a good tech to run regardless. I mean, it's cheaper than Lightning Storm, that's for sure. Same thing with Harpy's Feather Duster. So, and plus Harpy's Feather Duster is also getting a reprint in the Maximum Gold. So, yeah, I think a 1-of's fine, especially because this deck also hard loses to back row heavy decks, so that's just kind of like my tech against it. And for the only hand trap, or regular trap, you should say, is Infinite Impermanence. Literally the best hand trap, in my opinion, in this format, simply because it dodges cards like Triple Tactics Talent. It's a trap card, so, and not that I'm worried about Called by the Grave anyway, but it's still really good. And plus, it can negate a spell or trap if it's in the same column, so yeah, pretty good. Alright, so now moving on to the extra deck. Extra deck is pretty self-explanatory. In fact, I think it's the only thing I haven't really changed. So 2 Cross Crusader, 1 Wonder Driver, 1 Dread Decimator, so these are like the key essential ones basically. 2 Dark Law, 1-sided Macrocosmo, and you also get to punish your opponent if he adds a card to his hand. And this part is not a hard one per turn, so if you have 2 Master Hero Dark Laws, both of them will trigger that effect where you can banish 1 random card out of your opponent's hand. So yeah, like your opponent has to be extra careful with 2 Dark Laws. 1 Master Hero Anki, just because, you know, it can search out another Master Hero and it can attack directly. 1 Master Hero Blast, so if my opponent tries to impermanence my, or Effect Veiler my Stratos, I can just dodge it with Master Hero Blast. 1 Master Hero Acid, you know, just to blow up your opponent's back row. Of course, it goes really well with Absolute Zero, so make that your Master Hero, your mass change target to make it into Acid is what I should say. 1 Elemental Hero, The Shining, pretty good. And also, if it leaves the field, you could basically recur some of your resources back. 1 Sunrise to get you Miracle Fusion. Got Dystopia, and for my OTK pieces, I got Trinity, and of course, Malicious Bane. So yeah, definitely a good card to run. And Malicious Bane technically outs Dragoon since it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. So the only way to get rid of it is either bounce it back or just send to the grave. So yeah, Malicious Bane, definitely something to consider. And it's also a Raigeki too, so yeah, why not? Alright, so for the side deck, 3 Nibiru, 3 Ash. I didn't feel like I needed a main deck this one. It's only against like certain strategies, like specifically any deck that utilizes Extravagance, and there aren't that many right now. Mainly just Guru, Dinosaur, and Altergeist. So if I'm up against those, I'll side these in. Triple Twin Twisters. Again, back row heavy decks are basically this deck's ultimate weakness. Royal Decree to deal with trap heavy strategies, and last but not least, Evenly Matched. You know, I feel like this was necessary, so yeah, why not? Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I'll catch you guys again tomorrow for the Halloween special. See you till then.